Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughan for Sam Sports Report. Who are the Saints going to hire as far as head coach? Seems like some buzz. Mike McCarthy, former Cowboys. What do I think about that? I think you'll get to the playoffs, but I don't know if they'll win you a Super Bowl. The New Orleans Saints cap strategy is often considered bad because they have heavily rely on contract restructuring and void years, which allows them to lower the immediate cap, but it creates a large dead money. Dead money means penalties for later. And essentially, they're kicking down the road on contracts. Keep putting 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. As much money as the first year as they do the second year. Limiting flexibility signing players is in the future when large cap hits come due to the lead to the situation where they're forced to keep players on the roster if they are not performing well due to high cost of cutting key points about the salary cap. Saints salary cap issues, excessive use of void years by adding fake years to ends of contracts can spread out bonus hits, longer initial cap hits. Large dead money ends. Limited flexibility. The strategy means they have less cap space to sign a new player and present potentially hiring to the ability of roster and dead money, where cuts or enter void penalties counts against even if they not team creating a large dead money a burden. Potential future struggles. If the Saints continue this strategy, they could face a situation with a significantly cap unable to make necessary adjustments. The Saints now on to the moving of the schedule and the hires for head coach. The Saints next to set schedule for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So being Commanders OC Cliff Kingsbury is the guy being interviewed. Eagles OC Kellen Moore, Joe Brady. Of course, they're interviewing Mike McCarthy. That seems to be big, getting a run. If I'm hiring the coaches, it's Ben Johnson on my list for every job. Joe Brady to the Jets I have going, but if he's a candidate, he's also one of my game guys. Kellen Moore, Ryan Day might be an emerge of my top guys after Joe Brady. Of course, if he's not here to Jacksonville and he's hired here, I think that'd be a good candidate. Matt Nagy, also a good candidate. I like him in New Orleans. 3, Aaron Glenn. He seems my guy on the defensive list on this hire. 3B, Mike McCarthy may be the third guy, but what will happen after making the playoffs? Most likely I have Speak Fagnola 4th or 5th. Nagy also second on him. I also have him maybe going to the Raiders. So my first guys, I named it to you. Ben Johnson. If not him, then Joe Brady. I'd be fine with Matt Nagy. Kellen Moore. Aaron Glenn, not so excited. Mike McCarthy, not so excited. Steve Spagnuolo, I'd be excited for the Chiefs, but I don't know if I'd be excited for anybody else. Matt Nagy, offensive guy, I think that'd be good. Cowboys, Deion Sanders, I don't think it's a good idea. Even the worst idea that he wants his own son to play his own quarterback. What, are you going to kiss your son on your cheek? I don't know about that. Jerry Jones will make the hire in the offensive coordinator. A coordinator might be smarter from offensive coordinator to being your head coach, but he likes drama, and I don't think he's going to hire an offensive coordinator. But Joe Brady would be my number one guy besides Johnson. Brent Johnson, who I have going to the Bears. Ryan Day would mention the college thing. No, this doesn't work a lot, but I think this one might qualify, and this would be something that Jerry Jones may be interested in. Todd Monken, what I just mentioned, he would be a good candidate. Matt Nagy, same. My list for head coaches that I think could be hired: Ryan Day, Deion Sanders, big mistake. So Ryan Day, Deion Sanders. If it's the offensive coordinators, Joe Brady, Ryan Day, Todd Monken, Matt Nagy are my guys. For the Bears, here's my veteran coaches mentioned list. If the Bears can get Bill Cowher, he is my number one on my list. He won't come, but if they could, he's my number one on my list on every list. Number two is Ryan Day or Mike McCarthy, or Pete Carroll might be third on my list before Mike McCarthy. He's shown that he can win it all as well, but he is getting older. Ron Rivera would be a good guy to hire. Won a Super Bowl and have some background with the Bears. Possibly Pete Carroll, a veteran coach. He would be one of my guys. Ben Johnson is still number one. Ryan Day is probably number two. Tomorrow is NFL Saturday. All changes if they get hired, but I also may lean back to this list. I'll give my opinions on this. It almost never works in college, going from the NFL, but perhaps I think this one might. Todd Monken going to Jacksonville.
Ed Werder, respected journalist, says, regarding Deion Sanders, I'm being told he would certainly accept it if Jerry Jones offered the next Cowboy head coaching gig to him. And I think Jerry and Deion have a lot in common. They're performers. They'll take risks, and if you criticize them, they'll come on your show and talk about it. But Dallas is also two things today: not very good and boring. So this falls in line with Jerry Jones' personality, which is he likes to be seen as the man who discovered something. He loved getting Tony Romo at a discount. He loved getting Dak Prescott at a discount. And Deion Sanders, there's a little bit of discovery here. Let's just be honest about his college football experience. He went 13-12 in 2 years with arguably the best college quarterback. Primetime can sell primetime, and by proxy, he'll sell Dallas. My rule has always been, whenever you make a coaching move, what do your rivals say? What do you think the Philadelphia Eagles are saying this morning about this story? They're saying, well, Jerry likes the spotlight, so he'll get the spotlight.
Well, it sure was nice sitting home being number one. We just took a little rest, but now it's time to have some fun. The Texans are coming to town, let's give them what for. This time, baby, don't spot them 24. Houston's and T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Don't poke a bear, leave us A-L-O-N-E. You see, Patrick Mahomes is still K-I-N-G. Houston's and T-R-O-U-B-L-E. I was a little bitty kitty when Montana came to town. Joe got us close before he went down. He taught us to appreciate a playoff run. We won the last two, but we still ain't done. And your mama never told you about nothing like Arrowhead. See, it's hard to hear in a screaming sea of red. Yeah, we still got A-N-D-Y-R-E-I-D. So Houston's and T-R-O-U-B-L-E.
Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to hit like, share, and leave a comment. And a special thanks to Accelerator Energy Drink for...
It's interesting. You would think, as the Kansas City Chiefs try to do something nobody's done in the NFL, 3 straight Super Bowl wins, they would be kind of intimidating, kind of daunting. But Sean Payton just said yesterday that when they went into the playoffs, they were actually more concerned about Buffalo, and that if they could get past Buffalo, they liked their chances against the Chiefs. And that next game was going to be Kansas City. So I think actually Kansas City proves 2 things, and it's actually instructive for other teams. It's instructive. And they prove 2 things. One, You don't have to be great at everything to win back-to-back Super Bowls.